Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Season 2, episode 69 with me, Sid. And last episode we ended up back at our southern base, but I am now back out in the wilderness because I need to gather some more of this lot. This is a very, very, very handy and rich source of andesite stone. And this is going to be our building material of choice, rabbit, for the forge area that we're going to build in our southern base. Now, I know that I do not need to build the forge area in our southern base. You know, I've kind of, well, I haven't intimated, I've more or less stated that Season 2 of Vintage Story will be coming to an end at episode 70, and we are on episode 69, so clearly not a big or hefty requirement for me to... Yeah, we'll have that as well. It's not like I haven't got inventory space. Try not to dive off the edge, John. Yeah, so clearly I don't need to actually build this forge. I have a working forge, there's nothing wrong with it, up in my northern base, my cold base, and you know, I could just carry on with that. It wouldn't hurt me at all. But I've kind of done a little bit of work getting the ground prepared. I've spent the last 3 episodes adventuring with the tent, and that tent mod has proved itself as a reliable, or at least, you know, reliable enough solution for a nomadic transport series, so that's all good. I have built a nomadic pack. Not going to start it immediately after this, but it is going to be coming along. Using that mod, but it's also there's other mods in there, some quality of life, some actual monsters. I've put my man pants on, and I have decided to add the rot and rust creatures mod. They are truly horrific, and I have screamed like a girl. I don't know why people say scream like a girl. Many girls are very brave, you know. She's a little bit, you know, dodgy using that phrase. So maybe I shouldn't. I have screamed like someone who was scared of something several times, and yeah, there are some unpleasantnesses in that get pack, which I think will give me a bit more of a challenge, especially if I don't have rifts on, which I don't have in my current playthrough. And I'm going to do a poll about before I start it. I'm going to do a poll about some of the settings I think on the channel, just to see what people think. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. I mean, if I disagree, I disagree. And, you know, it doesn't matter what the feedback is. If I disagree with it, they're wrong, and I'm not doing it. That's how I roll. My channel, my game, my playstyle. Yeah. Yeah, that was very childish, I know. But you know, it's it'll be interesting to see what other people think. And for me, rifts are a bit painful, but they don't add a great deal in my opinion. Now others might think they add a great deal, and you know, that's fine. I mean, they do in vanilla Vintage Story add surface adversaries more, which you don't really get in vanilla without rifts on, because you don't get the drifters and everything spawning on the surface with the same frequency. You still get the odd one, and obviously they can come out of caves and do that kind of stuff, but yeah, that is a thing. It is going to almost certainly be 119 rather than 120 because, well, 120 is not out yet and 119 is. And even if 120 were to release tomorrow, I suspect the mods will take a short while to catch up. So, you know, from just simply from a prudence point of view, it is going to have to be the version before 1.2, which in a way might be just as well because 1.2 has the new rot beasts as well, so that might be a little bit too much to tackle if we were to go in with the modded beasties and the rust and rot. Well, with the rust and rot beasties and the modded beasties, because, you know, that makes it difficult again. Which is kind of part of the point, but I mean, they're mine. Right, come here. Mine. Me. Right. Yeah, so that kind of plans. This is definitely going to end in 2 episodes, so we will have a forge built one way or another, and we'll do it. And then we'll probably just have a recap and just see, you know, have a feel for what we did and what we've achieved this season. Not been as long as the first season. But that's been largely due to other series, other things. You know, a change of career for me as well, which has really had it has impacted on my time somewhat, not as much as you might think, but somewhat. And of course, you know, we are. I am, and certainly a lot of the people I play with, and certainly a lot of my viewers are grown-ups, and we have grown-up concerns and issues to contend with, you know, such as paying the bills and stuff. So, you know, it's not unreasonable to sit there and modify your play style to suit your life circumstances, especially when this is not my income stream at all. You know, it's a long way from being my income stream. If I were honest, a long way. I mean, realistically, it buys me a couple of drinks a month, maybe 2, maybe a little more than a couple, but not by much. That much I will say. It's YouTube is not a career for me, and I doubt it ever will be. I doubt it would ever will be, even if we suddenly, you know, grew in popularity massively and I started making a living salary. I genuinely do not think that. For me, I would consider it a stable enough income stream, and that's just who I am. And you know, that's fine. You know, anybody who's watched me for a while will know that one of my pet bugbears is creators who make a living off of YouTube and then bitch about YouTube. And it's like, you know, this is the thing that gives you your ability to live the life you lead. And yet, for some reason, you're still griping about decisions they made, legitimately made. It's their business, not mine. I don't own it. I just create videos on it, and they host them for free. Well, I mean, yeah. Realistically, they do host them for free. They make money off my videos, but so do I. They just take a portion of the avenue. Well, they take a smaller portion than I get of the advertising revenue that they negotiated. I mean, if you just consider it like that, this is the advertising revenue that they negotiated. I've had to do nothing to get this advertising revenue. Without them negotiating advertising revenue, I would not have revenue. That's how this would work. So to grumble and gripe then that the advertisers are imposing their view on you, and I get this certainly with the gun channels, those shooting channels, and I do watch a few gun channels. I've said before on occasion, you know, I am a child of the I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, so I grew up with war films and cowboy films and fascination, the British fascination with firearms, because we don't have them. And I guarantee you, the moment you don't have something, the fascination comes in. And, you know, as a result, we got ore. It's just going to be cold, isn't it? But we'll take it anyway. I shouldn't leave any of... Oh, I'm carrying you in my offhand. Okay. I wondered what those particles were. So I watch gun channels. I watch Demolition Ranch. I watch Brandon Herrera, and you know, Kentucky Ballistics, and all these American channels that get to play with the cool guns. And I thankfully live in a country where we're not allowed to have them, but I can still be fascinated by them. But I also likewise understand that if I'm advertising, I don't know, baby nappies or anything, if I'm a company and I'm paying YouTube for advertising, it's my decision to indicate and dictate what the products are, what programming is advertised against my product. And if I sit there and say I don't think it's appropriate for firearms or firearm related content, that hurt. Not as much as I thought it was going to. I think that if it had that been Terra Firma Craft, that would have been a more significant fall. But there you go. Yeah, the right to choose what your products are advertised against surely belongs to the companies. So, you know, if they say they don't want to advertise against firearms, YouTube would be fools to sit there and turn down that advertising money. They just sit there and go, yeah, we'll not advertise it against firearms. I think there is an obvious fix to the demon. I mean, if you watch any firearms channels, there's a certain amount of rhetoric about how, you know, their videos are getting demonetized, and I think there is a very easy and simple solution to this, and that is, certainly for countries where firearm ownership is legal, get the firearms companies advertising against those videos. You know, I mean, I'm sure Glock and Heckler and Koch and, you know, all of the firearms companies and accessory manufacturers would love to be able to advertise against videos that feature firearms, because those are, after all, the market of people they want to sell their products to. I mean, there's no point getting excited about the fact you can't advertise in the UK, because I can't own a Glock 16. I can't own a Heckler & Koch P90, which is a shame because that's still my favourite firearm. I'm just a child of Stargate. But anyway, I am going to stop rattling about stuff, and I'm going to get some more blocks. We'll need a good... I mean, there's plenty here. This is not... I'll probably go until this pick breaks, and then we'll head back. I have got the means of making further picks in my tent, in my bag actually, not my tent. Well, in my box, in my tent. Yeah, that kind of works. But I'm not sure how much longer I really want to be mining for, and I've got quite a lot of stacks of blocks, and I've already got quite a lot of this already, so potentially I don't need to be going for much longer. Although this I mean, that's 600 durability, give or take, so yeah, that's still a sizable amount of material. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I have broken the pick. We've brought down all of that. I am increasingly starting to suspect that this structure has a cellar. The reason being is typically when you build, certainly if this is anything like the other block game, when you build schematics for these, you build them as a cube, and you have to basically position their floor level and work out where the cellar goes down. But what you end up with is a section where you really do need to fill it in, and this seems to be heavily backfilled in down with quite a lot of blocks. And yet I can't figure out where, if anywhere, the entrance to said cellar is. Normally there's a clue, like a little bit of a staircase that kind of vanishes, and you'll see a stair in the ground or something that kind of gives you a hint of the direction of travel. But I just can't seem to figure out where, if anywhere, they've done it in here. It's a little bit more cunning than I'm used to. I mean, there's definitely something going on down here. That's a seed vessel. I'm not worried about that. And I've certainly found vessels when I've been digging down. So I think it's just a big solid lump of stone. Can't really see. I mean, there's plenty of that, but I'm not sifting. I'm beyond the point of sifting. So yeah, we've got a goodly selection of stuff. What we need to do now is take this back and then start thinking about our foundation for our thing. That should be winter base. It is. This should be picky that up. Wing. We can put this back down and get my stuff, but this gives us a reasonable thing. I have actually placed a block to indicate here where we are keeping this, and we can also drop those off as well, because, you know, it makes life easier, doesn't it? But we've got this area up here, which I think we do need to come back and take this all back and down a level, which is probably not going to be overly great. Where might get away with it, we'll see. No, we definitely need to take this back and down, and then we can plan what we're going to do up here. I'm thinking we'll kind of protrude slightly into here, we'll come all the way across. We're going to have this is going to be a big forge, but it's not going to be a massive forge. So I think we can come maybe there to say, well, there might work. And what can I use? What of these blocks could I use? I've got plenty of this firelight cobblestone, which I don't think I'll use anywhere else. So let's make our foundation out of that. Just munch that. No, still not there. Okay, get a bit of you, and that can go like that, and then we'll take you out. So that's there, and then we'll we'll come along here all the way to this point, and that will be the front wall to there. We'll just leave you like that for now, and then we'll go and grab that dirt in a moment. Well, I'll just go and grab it now, because yeah, this all needs to be brought down to the relevant level, and then we've got plenty of scope for building. But I think that's as good a place as any. And then from here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll go to 11, I think. That seems suitably sizable. Oh, damn you. Let's try that again, shall we? We need to landscape this some more. And bonk, bonk. Perfect. Now we went where? Here. So if I then come in kind of this way, and then maybe go like that. Do we think that's big enough? Might be a little bit over large if anything, but that's fine. I can fix over large. You know, undersized it's a little bit harder to fix later on, so we'll get this marked in. Go down and pick up those straggly blocks that I dropped, and I may have to go and deal with that wolf in a bit because it's clearly getting a bit too close for comfort. Yeah, clearly. So that's a good sizable chunk of space to work in. Lots of space for a forge, lots of space for anvils, and you know, all of the stuff we're going to need in here. So the next thing we're going to need to do is back. Now I can get away with leaving this bit higher, I think, on the outside. It's going to be this stuff on the inside that causes me a bit of grief. But that's fine, we can work out how to do this later. So first things first, I'm going to get this hollowed out so we've got a floor level, and then below that, so my dirt is going to be from that level, and I'm going to put a dirt floor in just to give us something to work with. And well, I'll be back in a mo. I found the wolves. They were actually very close and trapped in this little hollow down here. So yeah, that was fortuitous. What else do I'm not really worried about that bit of clay. There were 3 of them, which, yeah, it's a big enough number of wolves that you worry about, but it's not that big a worry that I'm going to panic. I've had bigger packs of wolves, although to be fair, I was a much more advanced wolf slaying class than I am now. So you know, but at least we got rid of them. They were not far away. They were literally just the other. The other side of that is the build up. So we were within 30 blocks or so of those buggers. Anyway, we got the What's made a start on the old stuff here? I am going to start just laying down some blocks for the time being, because do I want to do something different? Let's go with that for the doorway. Plus, you know, it'll look nice, I think. No, I do not want to do that. Do I actually? Yeah, no, let's go 3 high, because we can put those 3 high doors in, can't we? I think we've got 3 high doors. Hang on, let me just double check we do have those. Yes, we do. 3 tall doors. We just need a nail for those. But that will... I've kind of gone taller anyway. I'm going for the kind of the 4 or 5 tall to give it more of a height. In my experience, buildings which are too short will often get kind of swamped by their surroundings. So yeah, it's the height gives a build more of a feel of just sheer scale, is what I suppose I'm looking for here. And we can obviously throw in a mixture of these around just to break up this brick kind of overkill from brickiness. Even throw a few of these in, and that will give us I don't want it to look as old or as decrepit as the castle did, but I want it to have that kind of same solidness. And then I think what I am going to need to do is actually find some, I think that's going to be slate over there. So that's, again, another happy coincidence, because I think I'm going to go with slate shingles, and I'm going to need a lot of slate. So we're going to head over there and grab that. But first things first, we'll might actually make this actually a bit tall. Hang on, yeah, this is an idea. So, and the other thing, this is the kind of the thing you have to remember with building stuff, is it's not an exact science. I mean, obviously, building things is an exact science. Architects would definitely agree with that kind of perspective. But actually having this so that's a small little outhousey bit might just work in our favour to make this feel even taller and more industrial. I just need to find some good spots. No, that's not one good spot. Nope, easier just to block up, isn't it? Now, in terms of where my forge is going to go, I'm thinking we're going to go for a forge that's in the corner here, and we'll go 2-2 like that. I suppose we can even block that in, can't we? Let's go in with some of this convenient basalt cobblestone that we... Do we want to go there, or do I want to go bigger? I mean, I can. What I don't have is any of those glowy blocks that I used in on the Rusty Gears server. That's a bit of a pain, but I probably have some of that mud maybe that we can utilise. But we'll just kind of go in and get these blocks set in place, and then we can, you know, build from there really and see how this goes. It's not rocket science, it's building. So that will give us a good feel for the space. Okay, well, I'm going to continue building this up. I'm going to probably do a bit of that. I definitely want it to come down, and then we'll probably bring the hood out over that better. Right, yeah, more building, less talking. See you in a moment. Oh, right, we have a basic structure. We are going to need to do a little bit of work. It's got no windows in it right now. It's just a shell, literally a shell. I've kind of gone with that basalt cobble on the back wall to indicate that it's sooty, but what I do want to do is on the outside here, I want to change this to andesite cobble, so because the soot wouldn't be on the outside. So we will chisel that in later. What I do need to do is go and grab and drop off and do some bits and pieces. So we're going to drop off you, you and you. That stays with me. That is all cooked. That gives me something to eat, which means we can drop you back off. However, I do need to eat that first. It's only fresh for 13 hours. And we need to take our chest with us. We're not going to take the... you know what? We should take the tent. We made the tent for a reason. And we should do that. We should take it with us. Let's head off to Slate Country. Because I'd say that's granite. I thought it was granite or limestone. I'm not sure from here actually. I'll have to go up and have a look. Neither of which lends itself to making a nice tiled roof, so we definitely need to head off this direction to Slate Town and get ourselves a whole load of slate cobblestones, if I remember. Let me just have a look. Slate roofing corner, yeah, it's just clay and that. So I also want clay, which I'm not sure how much clay I've got down here, but we'll keep our eyes open. There should be, I don't think this is he says walking through a desert. I don't think this is a particularly dry area. Yeah, that's really not going to wash, is it? But we can always go back up north and get clay. That is not a problem. Let's go and see what that block is, because that is going to niggle at me if I don't know what it is. It is granite, okay. And that is the slate. We don't have to go very far for it at all. So we can go and grab a whole load of slate rocks. Like stacks of. Then we'll see where that takes us. I've not really uncovered over there, have I? Let's go and just see if we can't get the map to show us a little bit of fun and games, because, you know, all work and no play apparently makes you a dull boy. The terrain generation in this game is lovely, and I do enjoy it. It's amazing if you think back to those days when I was playing Terra Firma Crafts, and the Terra Firma Craft will become this. Lead, okay. Lead. Save. Boop. Don't need it right now, but you know, having it waypointed will be very handy. So we should. Don't you dare just be a thin coating of sand on the top. Oh, that will be annoying if that's the case. See, that's slate rock. But it's a veneer. That is going to be painful if that's the case. So why? Weird. I need to find a better selection of slate, don't I? Because that really isn't going to hack it, I don't think. Alright, well, I don't want to sit here and waste my time with that. Let's just see whether these bits over here are any better, but I don't think they're going to be. I'm going to need to go and find a better slate patch. I think that is just going to be a thin crust of slate on top of that thing in there. Look, Olivine or peridotite, I think, actually. Not Olivine. Olivine is the stuff you get in peridotite. So, yeah, let's well, let's walk this way, see what we can find. It's not like I can't teleport back, is it? Boink, don't want you. So I've got 21, which is enough for maybe 2 crafts, maybe 4 tiles. No, that is not going to hack it, is it? Absolutely not going to hack it. Let's get you ready on the bar, ready to eat. So I'm going to go for a little wander, and I'll be back in a short while. Oh, I came into the cave looking to see if I could find any slate, and found a little ruin. I mean, those beds are useless, you can't sleep in them. I don't think there's anything else down here, but yeah, a little bit of something. Better than a bit of nothing. But yeah, not what actually I came down here for. Limestone was what we actually ended up with. Yeah, this is not the right terrain. I need slate. Where the hell have I seen slate other than here? These little outcrops. Oh well, carry on. I'll be back in a bit. So I found slate. I tunnelled in. Actually, I saw some up the side of this mountain, and I came in, and yeah, it's very thin. It's usually one, 2 or 3 layers thick. I suppose because it's I think off the top of my head, slate, is it a sedimentary? It definitely forms in layers. I've never actually really looked at that. It doesn't really tell you anything in here, does it? But anyway, it's the slate crisis is over. We are getting our slate on. And I think we should be able to get enough from this without worrying. So we'll just keep tippy tapping away, taking the layers, working this in our favour really, until we've got enough, and then we just need the clay, which I'm fairly certain I've got plenty of clay. If not, I know where there's quite a lot of clay up in the northern area. So, and we should probably visit up there anyway before we finish up here. Well, we're going to need to visit up there because we need to get our anvils and stuff, but yeah, we should definitely visit that area. Spent most of this playthrough up there, so it seems only fitting that it gets a bit of love, isn't it? So yeah, slate is sorted. I'll be back once I've got enough. And I came up to the top of the plateau here because I wanted to see what the view was like. To be honest, it was nothing other than that. But I have found fire clay, so we might as well take advantage of that little coincidence and and sort out our clay situation. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need at least 5 stacks of clay. So I've got 5 sets of 64, 3 times 64 things, which is what we need for the thing. So that's 4. Yeah, it's quite a view from up here, has to be said. It was worth it. 50. That'll do us. Right. So at that point, I probably need to get you. Grab that out because I'm not walking back. Put that out of the way. Pick you back up. Put you away and doink. And we're back. Right. And then we can get that put away as it should be. We've got some wool-lined knee boots, and they sound particularly cozy when for this kind of climate. So we got the bits we wanted. We probably need a few blocks, however, and I should also try and finish off that bit of pie, and then move on to that pie. It is perfectly hygienic to cut these on the floor. Honest. There we go. Right. I've got that and that. What I actually need is the stone. Those. Oops. Hang on. Look, just thank you, I didn't want that much. That many. Right, good. Good grief, it's so difficult. And then a bit of dirt will do. So we can get up here. And we can start on the walls. We shall mix this up a little bit, give it that kind of thing going on there, and then we also probably need to do that just to bring it, make sense of that. Right, so let us take that, and that along with that to make that. Yeah, got a lot more out of that than we got from the clay, didn't we? Okay, that's fine. And we are going to need the angled tops as well. Hup, hup. And there. Yeah, I think this will do the job quite nicely. And I'm going to overlap slightly there. Don't know why, I just feel it's the right thing to do. And then we'll come over this side. Boop, boop, boop. And it's interesting, I always see people say, oh, I always struggle with roofs. I never understood struggling with roofs. I'm going to assume it's that. No, Okay. In which case, it is. Oh, was that, except not quite that. Bang! Give me a bunch of those. Where are they? 20. Not a huge amount, but you know, don't think we need a huge amount. We just need enough. So that will cover us on that edge, and then this is where we start needing, and this is where I think we're going to struggle, and I'm probably going to need to go back and get more, just because I was expecting 128 out of each 3, because my maths is terrible, not because, you know, of any other reason. And we ain't going to get that. We're going to get about 47 for every 63. So I'm definitely going to need to go and find myself more slate, because this is going to be a big old roof, I think. I mean, bonk, 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 bonk. And then, of course, we need to build us some roof material into this. I'm just going to, well, I mean, I've got a little bit of that, so I can go all out. Get a little bit of that going. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to continue building this up. It's very dark, so you really can't see much anyway, and I shall be back in a short while. Alright, I did run out of slate, so we are, well, actually now I've skirted around this side, so I was over there last time. I've come around here. I've had a little running with the odd wolf. Nothing we couldn't deal with. It's a great, I always find it's a great stage in Vintage Story when wolves cease to be the terrifying prospect that they are. When you first start, you know if you hit wolves in Vintage Story early on, you know, when you're naked and alone, unless you can run away, or you're very, very lucky, especially with the new update where they're making them faster in water. You know, you are pretty much a wolf snack. You know, that wolf is going to be chowing down on you very soon. So I'm just going to keep making these up until I've got several stacks of these. I have got multiple bits of food on me. My inventory is a complete and utter mess. But you know, I probably should say what's new. My inventory is always a complete and utter mess. And yeah, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. I try to learn, but learning is hard. It takes discipline and effort. So yeah, anyway, there's we've definitely got some here, which this is a start. I'll keep skirting around, and every time I come across it I'll find it until I've got hopefully enough to get the roof on. I also went back and I picked up some, sorry I've got a bit of a cold coming on, peridotite, which I'm going to use for the floor in the forge. I don't think we're going to get much more done on it other than that. We got the forge area, we got the floor, and you know, we get the that done, then that will be a good start, I think. But the fact that this has just run into a vein of quartz is annoying, because I don't want bloody quartz. I want slate. You have taken my slate away from me. But yeah, very beautiful, vibrant colours out here. And the walls are quite vibrant as well when you run into those. And yeah, but we are oh, hello. How are you? Kind of random. What this is, I mean, it's obviously, well, I mean, alright, I'll rephrase that. I don't know why this is here, but it doesn't matter. We're going to excavate it a little bit anyway, just because it just happens to have a whole load of slate in it anyway, so, you know, we're going to dig it out no matter what. I don't think it's going to be anything particularly significant, just a ruin that formed strangely in the ground. And as such, it's an oddity, but it's nothing, you know, really noteworthy. So yeah, anyway, I will be back in a bit, because I am also conscious that this episode has been going a bit long, and so far all I've got to show for it is some walls and half a roof, which might be all we end up with, but you know, I would like a little bit more if we could possibly manage it. We'll see. Okay, back in a bit. Well, as is so often the case, I most definitely overestimated that. Yeah. We have a roof, and I have 3 and a bit stacks of those left. That's less than ideal. However, I do want to get some slate stairs. I'm probably going to need more, because the one thing I don't like about Vintage Story roof shingles is that, and the easiest way to solve that is, I mean, obviously you could do a dry slate if I had, well, I can make that, but I don't see a great deal of point. This will do for here. It just kind of tidies the ends up, and then we are going to need to do something similar up here. I need to get up there, of course. But at least then it will put things. And this was an even number, so I didn't need the ridge tiles for this one, which was kind of nice. Can I read you? I can. Boop. Damn you. Did that on purpose, I know you did. So that's that side. All nice and done. I need to think about windows. There's a lot of stuff I haven't really. This is just a shell, literally, as I've said, just a shell. I am going to need to do the same again. Let me just pop those out of the way, stick those there. That'll get me some of that. 17 will probably be enough. Excuse me, Mrs. Cow. I couldn't see the others, okay. Just need to. Damn you. Get on the tool. I'm hitting 2 because that's my typical pick tool, except in this, in Vintage Story, my first 2 slots are my weapon. I hear you. I don't see you. Which means you get to live a little longer. Hup. Hup. Ah. Hup. 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 Oh, mister, where are you? Are you in my pit? Don't think you are. You must be just in a cave somewhere. Right, double inventory. Actually, floor. Let's get the floor done. So I need to dig this out, and then I'm going to do predominantly this, but with a scattering of other tiles in there. That's the plan. So it's like a worn out, damaged, broken, tired old floor. Oh, I know how it feels. Oh dear, getting old sucks. Anyway, yeah, so let me do a quick excavation and I shall be right back. I've just exterminated a load of wolves over in that direction. I don't really want to have to do it again. Alright, back in a moment. Alright, I think this is going to have to be the end of it. I am getting a few drifters in the area. Hello. The second one, but we've got a floor, we've got a roof, we've got a forge area, and we've got a big old expanse of space. What I do need to do is just clear these guys out of the way. Hate that. I think there is a mod that fixes it, but it's really, really unpleasant. Something is splashing around here. I can hear it. Anyway, I will get us a I've got my hammer and chisel, haven't I, actually? Yeah, we can fix while we're here. What we need to do is we also just need to fix this bit at the back here. And we'll use a bit of that and a bit of that. That will do me, I think. Just take this lot out. I hear him. I just can't see him. Weird. Alright. Anyway, doesn't matter. We've got a forge to finish. So, next episode, apart from it being my planned last episode in this world, well, he's practically on top of me, isn't he? Where is that thing? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to let it worry you, John. It's only a death sloth. It won't hurt you. Well, I mean, it will hurt you, but, you know, not a lot. So, hello, bit of that. Same again. Don't think I've got any. Oh, I have actually got some andesite rock, so I could fix this up properly, but let's just get these placed. And there. Yeah. And this just means that this bit here looks correct for its, you know, its layout, if you like. Right, I need to eat. So we've got a forge building. It's not necessarily the nicest building yet, but I think with a bit of F4 and a bit of Alt F12 we can get a shot of that, and then next episode we can finish this building and with some beams maybe across it, I don't know, and also finish the series, maybe. No, it should definitely still be finishing. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.